Hello. Okay. Thanks working. What's up, everyone? How are you guys doing today? I kept my promise. Dora, you're up late. Gosh. What the? What the? What the what? No more unit of tummy? What does that mean? Unit of tummy. Is that part of the song? The phone ringing? You look fit now. Did you think I wasn't fit? I feel like I've always been pretty thin. I'm in bulking season right now. It's been a while since I saw you behind the cam. Nah, I pretty much always look like this. This is pretty much it. My camera's kind of crooked. All right. All right, we do our best. Okay, that's what you guys get. Thanksgiving is upon us. Yeah, I'm doing drinking a lot of water to expand my stomach so I can fit more turkey in there. Bum, 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 bum. Do. So you have the pet yard done. I also changed it so you can't put other objects in it. This will only be for pets, but I need to have some kind of warning message that pops up that says like you can only put pets in here. I'm not sure exactly how to do that though. Definitely gonna get a bit of weight this season. Wait, are you in the US? You got toast feedback? I have a whip. I have a pop-up here. Do you guys celebrate Thanksgiving where you live? Or are you just saying in general, winter's coming, so you're gonna bulk up? I have little pop-ups I can do here. I also have a pop-up thing I can do up here as well. But I think I'd rather them be here. Xmas comes early here in the Philippines. Nice. This turned out pretty good, I feel like. Other than the art, I guess let's tweak the art a little bit, and then we'll I don't really know what to do, like maybe a chair or something. What's up, Roger? Thank you, buddy, for the sub. 14 months, dang, over a year. Oh man, I appreciate it. Thank you. We're back indeed. I'm gonna go ahead and make a new layer. Put this up here. I like that better. Twitch finally had a rewinding. Yeah, I saw that. You have to be subbed though. Pretty high-tech stuff. We'll do that. Oops. New layer. What's up, Kendra? How's it going? I'm doing well. Tweak a little bit of art, and then we'll do some other stuff. I'm gonna make this a little bit deeper. I believe you also stream on Twitch, I think. And yeah, I do. Yep. Why'd I pick Go over Rust? Or CCPP Rust? There was several years ago, I was looking for a new language, and I was trying C++, which is what I was kind of more used to. But I ended up not going with it because they didn't have modules. That was last year. Do you do DoD with Golang? Data-oriented design? Yeah, I'm a very procedural type thinker, I think. So, I do mostly think with like data and I do mostly think with data and functions on data. This looks too wiry. I think the problem is I need this to like, I don't know, I kind of want sides though. Did you play with CUDA? CUDA, the GPU programming system? Would have been funny if you really did implement ECS over SQLite. Maybe not so good. I think this will just look better if I don't add the individual. Oops. Maybe I do like something like this. Dude, is more about how we get CPU cache hits, load latency, high performance, and how do we declare structs. So we spend time computing rather than loading data into registers, etc. Yeah, I use in game design they call it an ECS, but you basically structure all of your data like a big database, and that's primarily how people do it for games. Then you make small structs that are different components. You pull out the ones you need. Then you write functions that run on those pieces of data. So then you have a big long array of all of the data you want to process, and you kind of go one by one. And you can obviously, if you want to parallelize it, you can just take chunks of that data and break it up. So like if you had 2 cores, you could divide half the data and do it on one core and half the data and do it on another core. And like run like your physics system on that, for example. Sorry about my software, DoD, I still performance runtime, right? DoD, I should see. If I write all of my software with DoD, I should see performance on runtime. Yeah, I mean, like the performance gain you'll get is based off of how much you optimize the cache hits, I guess. Like it's definitely more cache efficient. Yeah, I multicast to YouTube. But yeah, I don't really do any CUDA stuff. I'm making a video game, right? So it runs on the CPU. I only use the GPU for rendering stuff. Man, I don't really know how to make this look good. Or if I even care. It just doesn't look that good. I'm just gonna do water. G and GPUs for graphics. Interesting, I didn't know that. Okay, I'm happy with that. A little bit small, but at least adds a little bit to it. I don't need to make the art perfect yet. One day I'll redraw. I'm gonna redraw stuff. I have to remember to iterate. Okay. Let's make this commit. It's been outstanding for too long. Kill. Yeah, those are the new ones. Oh, I need to do a make upgrade. This will pull the new art in. All right, let's see. I also might do delete bullets if the boss dies, which I don't think would be that hard. I might just do that. Do it as a warm up. And pet yard blocks. Yeah, let's do this one. I don't think it's gonna be that hard. I basically just need to have some kind of death trigger that gets fired when a boss dies, which will happen on in the core sim. This one I'm gonna have to do at a different time. So when we switch phases, we can delete bullets as well. I know I've written this task down in like 4 different spots, but this is the more important one, I think. This is just because sometimes phases like overlap just a little bit, boss phases. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll work on a little bit more. I did this part, water trop and bins. Then we might do like a warning message if you try to put something in a chest that doesn't support it. I'll just put a little error pop up. A toast. Oh, I need to fix the inventory icons on those as well. Okay, at least we have them written down. Anything else? Oh yeah, we need to do that as well. And I might add a bookshelf, I don't know. My idea was to have like individual blocks for specific things, for most, like for special objects like pages and pets. But everything else will just go into chest, I believe. But yeah, let's do the bullet phase thing, or the boss death thing. So it's gonna be in log game. Thank you, Carlos, for the follow, man. Appreciate it. Welcome. What is this one? Is this the core death handler? I'll remember this. I just want to poke through a few of these. Death handler. Okay, we have some kind of death handler object. Death event queue. This is what I usually will call delete entities casted by. So when a boss dies, I want to call this function. This is what I need to call. And this just loops through all of the projectiles that were spawned by that monster and deletes them. That's for housing. This is server-side death handling, which is kind of like a special. Yeah, all that stuff server. So it's just gonna be here, I believe. Because I don't think I have any business logic inside the death package. I think it's all like custom and core, yeah. I'm pretty sure. There's a lot of things we defer off if they don't die on the client. And then this is the handler. Okay, yeah. That we're looking at here. What package is this? Mog. Client, core. ECS world, death.event. This I could move to core, I believe. But let me try to note here. Okay. Core delete handler. This is probably where I want to do it. Do I care? I'm just trying to think of, do I care about how they die? If a boss dies for some reason? It would either be they get like force killed or they die from a timer or something like that. Oh no, this is all, there'll always be this. Okay, so I guess they'll always have that. That's if they drop mana on death. This is if they drop weapon on death. This is if they... I mean, I could just do it for every single monster that dies. I don't know, man. I guess it's not that big of a thing. This is if they fire a weapon on death. This is where it gets a little confusing though. I would want to call delete entities casted by before I spawn, because if something dies and it spawns a weapon when it dies, then I need to call that after I delete everything casted by it. So I'm not spawning them and then deleting them. Global on death, custom delete handler, and then we call the actual delete. Let's just try this. I don't think I do want to do this. I think I'm going to do something like if boss. Probably. That way regular mobs wouldn't have this behavior. But I just want to, let's just experiment really quickly. We'll just experiment, see how it goes. And then if it works, we'll just do a boss filter. I don't know if I love the idea of overloading the boss component to make this decision, but it's like add a new component or just use something that's already there. It's always a tough call, but do 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 no. For now, I might just leave the two chest or the three chest types. I've got wooden chest, iron chest, and then I have a combined like large iron chest. I think I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. And then we have the pet yard. I might do a bookshelf as well. Let's get drawing on that part. Where's the that's what I'm gonna copy. Whoops. Oops. Rename. Block. Bookshelf. What size is this canvas? 48 by 42. This is off. This anchor point's off by 1 based on my computations. I'm gonna redraw this obviously, but let's kill stuff that spawns. Yeah, cool. So that works. So as they spawn bullets, I kill them and then their bullet dies. Oops. Let's go somewhere where it's a lot of bullets. I mean, it's kind of nice. I guess I could do it on everything. What do you think? Do it on every... Ooh. Oh no, there's a storm outside. I hope I don't lose internet. Do you think do it on every single... Like boss? 100%. Oh, also, I forgot to show you guys, I have new chest art. Now that the houses have chests, I have like a boss specific chest. That's how it looks. It's like the same color coding, it's just got a little bit of cooler detail on it, I guess. What do you think though? I can either delete bullets. It just, for regular mobs, I feel like I shouldn't do it. I don't know. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger. The other chest was on the 16 by 16. So it was like tile locked, but this one's like a little outside of that. Because what I realized is this doesn't have to, I was worried it was gonna be unique chest art per boss. No, I'm way too lazy for that. Come on. Boom, boom, boom. Way too lazy. But yeah, I can either destroy every bullet that was spawned by every monster, or I could just do it for boss monsters. Boss monsters are always obviously the big one. Let's just do bosses. And I think they'll solve 90% of things. And then if there's a few other ones, I might just make a component for it. Let's go ahead and modify this query. Base.boss? Comp.boss? Holy. Yeah, then here we'll read in the boss component. So if it's a boss, if boss is not equal to nil, then that means we'll delete entities casted by it. I'll add a note here. Delete. I'll try when a boss dies. And then to do, maybe add this as a separate component. Some things you might want to add this to that aren't bosses. Okay. All right, let's go just double check that this works and then we'll push it. This is kind of going to be a quality of life patch, I think, and then also housing upgrades too. I also want to get wands reworked for this patch too as well. Oh yeah, we need to draw this. How tall is that? This is just huge though. This is way too large. What if I do something like this? Oh, hold on. I want to do like this. I might just do a small bookshelf like that. What do you guys think? I think this is like that. All right, let's test this really quickly. We have to go fight a boss. All right, cool. So that one still stayed. So as you kill regular monsters, their projectiles will remain. But this guy, we should... He deletes his own, but this guy won't. Perfect. Let's do one more. I forgot this one has like a... Yeah, there we go, cool. So all the bulls will die once you beat the boss. I think I'm gonna do this. For the bookshelf. I might make it a little bit thinner. Let's just see. I feel like we need a blue book. Hold on, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. Mm-hmm. I kind of want to make these all double wide. I feel like it'll be less noisy. I kind of like that. Dun, dun. All right, well, I'll add this object now. Did we test the other thing? I think we did. All right, let's look. We added this, we added that check, we added this. Cool. Let's check it off our list. Delete bullets when boss dies. Stage all, and then we'll do push that. Okay. Now we have this block, we need to add the bookshelf. Let's go to chests. I'm just gonna go to the chest small. Oh, I also need to rework this statue. I might just use that object actually. Yeah, let's just turn this into a chest. Because this was just like a testing item that I made. Make this bookshelf small. Be a small bookshelf. A small shelf for holding books. Prefab statue. Collider size is going to be a yeah, it's a 0 by 0. Let's add house storage. This is going to be frick. I'd say leave a few single books. I might do a bigger version. I don't know. I kind of like this. I kind of liked it being small. Like if I did like a red one here. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it like this, I think. We need to make a special house storage for this though, called book storage. And these just need to be book only. Should I allow book pages to go into regular chests? I'll leave it for those, yeah. So we'll have book storage. But this will be more optimized for it. Then this has a tile collider of a 1x1. Prefab. Bookshelf small. Block. Oops. This doesn't need this because by default it gets a 1x1. Hold up. What? What are those hex hashes? These are bit masks that add different features depending on what's a 1 and what's a 0. So I go through and I modify these to like add special things. I just kind of know what they mean. I'm just kidding. I made that up. They are just global. They're just UUIDs basically. I just have a hotkey that generates them. It generates a 64-bit UUID, and then I use them to tag different assets. Yeah, they're generated. It's like, yeah, could you imagine? No, it's like you have an asset and you want to be able to change the name of it. You want to be able to change all of the details of it. So you need something to identify it and have it all be, yeah, Luna. Come here. I'll give you food once you model for the camera. She wants food. But yeah, so I basically use it to tag. Yeah, you guys get a lot of cat butts. The problem is they look at me. They don't realize you guys are over there. But yeah, you have an asset. You need to tag it with something that will never change. File names aren't very good because you change the file name, now it breaks it. So I just use these generated IDs. I just never change them. Does that make sense? Yeah, they're just UUIDs. Then I have a checker when I build my asset files. I just make sure they're unique. Like I make sure I never register one with the same thing. Like every ID can only be used once. Because a lot of times I'll copy paste these and I'll forget to change the UID. It'll just give me an error. It's like, hey, you've already registered this one. Yeah, it works pretty well. Because like now I can have this name associated with my asset and I can change this to whatever I want. And I can change it over time. Like it used to be called like statue something something. Because that's what I was testing with and I just changed it to the name to this. So now when I go to my game editor, it has like a readable name. And if I change it a little bit, I can like always reclassify stuff. Yeah. It's an okay strategy for how I did my assets, but my assets take a long time to build. My whole game takes a long time to build, unfortunately. So nothing can ever be the perfect solution. We can get close. Yeah, the game's a little bit big now, so. Log. Yeah, like 100K plus of Go. Really, the problem is, yeah, what it's running is, this is rebuilding the assets. Then that's rebuilding the assets. Then it's got to build the server binaries, the server, the proxy, and the API, like the login API server. Then it's got to build the Linux client, which is here. And then it starts this auto reloader for the hot reloaded portion, which is all the UI stuff. Oh, that's weird. Oh, I think I might just need to pick this up. Hold on. Oh, that's actually not good. It respawned. Oh, there's a bug there, I guess. Where it's not despawning the old ones. We'll fix that as well. That means we can get tons and tons of pets. Maybe it's kind of cool having all this stuff. Maybe I'll just show every single pet in the pet yard. Like I'll just show every single one. That'd be kind of cool. Did I mess up the art name on this? Maybe I never fixed the art name. Block bookshelf small. I thought I called it that. Maybe I didn't. Oh, blocks bookshelf. There we go. Let me do I might just need a relaunch. This cutie. I thought I was holding it. Oh, it's right here. It's off by 1. There we go. Yeah, now we got our small bookshelf. Oh, that's not good. We should only allow books in here. I might have messed it up. Small bookshelf, small. Oh, I forgot to change this to be default. Book only slot. All right. Write this bug down before I forget. Bug with which spawns a new set of pet yard pets whenever you place a different block. Okay. Yeah, now these don't work. Good. But these should work. All right, it's a good start. I have to fix this. Yeah, book storage. We renamed this one, which is good. This. Rename that. Add this one, which only lets you put abilities in it. We have to fix that bug. That's gonna be what was the bug again? Oh yeah, when we spawn, it's gonna be something like it's detecting a change. There's no actual change. All right, let's walk through the logic. Last recheck storage generation. If we have one and it matches, then we exit early. Otherwise, something changed. So we set it to the new one because we're basically breaking the hash and clearing all the pets. or sorry, breaking the cache value and clearing all the pets. Then we read the storage, block config, get the pet yard, rectangle, expected pet counter. Where do I clear them? Expected pets. Current pets. So this should return, oh, this should return because the pets haven't changed. I wonder if this is a hot reloader issue. This still seems like too many. Yeah, it's like lost track of that one. So if I do that and then I pick him up, only when I put it down. All right, hold on, let me try something. What's up, Azriel? How's it going? So when we place down a new block, I think I know what it is. When we place down a new block, I rebuild the entire house, I'm pretty sure. So all of the old pets get, all the old pets linger. Does it happen for this one too? Uh-oh, there's a little bug there. Where like he's below it. Art's so hard, man. Is it only for storage chests? Hold on, I need to find a chest I can. Did you write your own platform and stuff from Go or use something like SDL? I use GLFW and OpenGL. So yeah, I'm not like writing it from scratch like that, but. Yeah, it's pretty low level. How would I regenerate this? I need to have, I think I'm just gonna add a death link. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a death link where all of the children check to see if their parent has been destroyed, and if they has been destroyed, they'll just delete them. Either that way, or I'll do it the other way. I'm not sure. I'm just not really sure why. What's this for? Oh, this is for the signs. That's fine. We'll just do this. What's the Boolean? Die on create. Yeah, okay. Let's close that. And then we'll go to I think this will solve it. So basically this just adds a component so that if the owner of the pet ever dies, which is the pet yard, or if the owner ID never stops existing, then it'll just delete it. Let's see if that fixes it. Dun, dun. All right, now we need to go place some. Cool. Weird that when I delete it, it disappears those though. There's some interaction I'm not fully appreciating. This draws the world interface. There has to be some kind of like rebuild. This is for like placing new blocks down. This is mostly just that, yeah. Anchor. Ow. Ow. Sorry, my cat's sleeping on my lap and she slipped off and then dug her claws into me. Freaking psycho. Demon cat. Classic. Has to be like a perfect platform now. I'll just start bleeding. Initialized. Sorry, it's just been a while since I've fiddled with this stuff. House chunk purchase. What kind of name is this? This might be the sign. I'm pretty sure these are the signs. Okay. Get data. Draw house chunk purchase interaction. House purchase sign. But that, I mean, like a loan for a house chunk. No loans. Or you gotta be willing to pay interest. Okay, somewhere I need to spawn this. This is where I do it. Not in the render side. That's just for the signage, I think. Should regen. Chunk loader generation, bumps. I go through all of the placed entities. Yeah, here's what it is. Currently, for simplicity, we just regenerate every entity, so we end up deleting all of them. So then... So the pets now delete themselves, but... Okay. But in the, okay, I see now. But on this side, the last storage generation is the same. So whenever we place another house block, we'll look at this. Yeah, I guess we'll just do this. Or what is this, int? Yeah, I mean, this is kind of complicated logic. I don't love that I'm tracking two different generations and I generate based off of both of them. But I kind of have two different things that can trigger it, I guess. Essentially, though, the chunk map can change because a housing block changed, or the storage can change because we placed a new object in one of the storage bins. And both of those can cause us to have to regenerate our pet yard. Because if we change to a pet in the storage bin, then we have to regenerate the pet yard. So yeah. So then we just need to do this. And we'll do, we just need to get the chunk loader. Which is a resource level dot chunk loader world. Okay. All right, this should work, I think. gonna write a note though. If the chunk map is kind of confusing though to like check the chunk map, I don't know. Surely this will work. Good job, Dogecoin. Do you have a plan for the next update? Right now, the next update is going to have housing blocks for storage. I changed some chest art for bosses. I changed the anvils, and now the anvils upgrade one into the next one, rather than building the tools. Then I fixed a few things. Not possible to do an assert on it? Assert on what? I fixed a few little things here and there. Let's add what we did. If all of his, what would you say, latent projectiles? All of his leftover. Or safety. For player safety. How about that? Okay, let's test it. I don't love this, but the problem is what I do is I regenerate the entire thing. But you hear about the new guy dying to that when he was watching Monster do a dungeon? Yeah. This has been requested a lot, but sometimes I neglect it. But I think most of the time people aren't placing stuff down. It's just a little bit weird to like be updating your house and have all of your little guys respawn. Whatever. Yeah, it's a little silly, but who cares? Okay. It's at least bugless. Also, the item drop points are kind of confusing. I've been farming for a bubble one for like an hour, and I still don't know if it only drops from a colossal jelly or if it drops from all jellyfish enemies. It drops from I think it drops from crabs. I don't know, maybe it drops from every single tier 0 biome monster. No, it drops from every single, it's part of the Moonlit Shoals drop table. Bookshell. I'm gonna send this to the 1.8. I guess I'm just unlucky. Yeah, are you trying to like increase your collection log? It's hard because it's like, yeah, I mean, maybe the drop rates are a little bit low on it, but yeah, I get your feedback that it's kind of hard to understand where stuff comes from. It's hard to have a solution for that though, because it's something that's weird to show on the it's weird to show on the tooltip, the item tip, because it's like just a lot of like, do I just show a lot of monster names? And if I make it like super custom, then I have to go change it for every single item always. If I ever move the item around, so it's gotta be something that's kind of generated. But so I don't really have a good solution for it, I think. Yeah, I mean, that's just a hard thing to generate, I guess. It's a hard thing to like automatically generate without having to manually track every item. Just keep in mind, I have to do it for every single item. I can't just be like, oh, let me fix this one thing that like people are confused about. It's like every item's confusing. Some of them are easy because they only drop from one monster, but a lot of the general loot type items just drop from a lot of places. I do it for the resources, but you know. Spawning not monsters, but pets. There's ever like a big release of Mythfall for everyone? You planning on doing a global wipe? Yeah, there'll be probably a server wipe right before. I'm gonna do some kind of bonus thing that people get for playing before release, but it's not, you're not gonna like keep your whole account or anything like that. That's done. Let's fix the pet yard inventory icon. I'll be speedrunning back to the curator. Oh crap. I'm looking at my router if I lost internet. Okay, I think we're green. It'd be cool to have a purple name or something. Yeah, I might do things like that. I'm not sure yet. It's where it's like I don't want to promise anything and then let people down. So I'd rather just like not promise anything and then people get whatever I give them, I guess. I'd rather under promise and over deliver. And I'm guaranteed to over deliver if I promise nothing. All right, let's fix this pet yard thing. If my internet goes out because there's a storm outside, then yeah, sorry guys. But hopefully it holds out. For at least a couple. At least a couple hours, but we'll see. Okay. Do you ever plan on making more support item types? Because right now I'm mostly just maximum damage, but there's every... Oh, there's a lot of players. It'd be cool to have support. Yeah, support's a tough one. Like what I need to do two things. One is I can't make support too strong, or I need to make it like reduce based off of how many support players there are. Because what can happen is like if everybody runs support, then everybody becomes invincible. Like people just constantly be healing, you know what I mean? So it either needs to be underpowered because it needs to scale to a lot of players, or it needs to scale off like pretty hard if there's too many. There's gotta be like some floor or some ceiling of how much support I'll allow in a boss fight. And then, but I do like the idea. I have to do that, and then I also have to modify the participation calculation so that people get participation points for healing others or doing stuff like that. But some support things are a little bit more tricky to track. Like if I make a support skill that like spawns a shield or something like that, then like how do you know how much that benefited people or like how helpful it was? You know what I mean? New support buffs, so only one player per, only one buff per person. Yeah, I know Realm does like a scaling thing where it heals like one person, it heals you fully, then it like the next two people get like 50%, then like the next 4 people get like 25% or something like that. So I'm not sure exactly how I would do it, but I would do something maybe like that. Last big influx I remember was probably like when Sepju played back in 2024. Yeah, probably. Priest was changed in the recent update. What did they change it to do? Yeah, healing's hard. I don't really know what else you do for support though. Shielding people, I guess. That's a little bit easier because it's like you just give people a shielded status effect. Like there are some support skills, but they're like not so good that people are going to use them, you know? But like there are abilities that give debuff enemies and buff allies. Yeah. Like there are a lot of support abilities. Now it's the same for everyone and does one big heal for the person who activated and heal over time for everyone else. Heal over time still affects you, but others don't get the big starting. Okay, that's kind of a cool idea. I have one book that's called Elder Tree, which just does healing over time, but I could change that so the local player who casts it gets like a little bit of a boost. I feel like a decoy mechanic would be cool, but insanely overpowered. Yeah, I guess it depends on what you're fighting. Like some bosses, it would probably be like super useless because they don't respond to like player movement all that much. But then in some cases, it'd be kind of nice. Decoy spam awaken chase phase. Easy life. Yeah, just throw it into the corner. He just like shoots into the corner. Yeah, let's fix the icon. Oops. Let me send a text message. Hold on. Yeah, it'll take a few attempts to balance this stuff. Like Chains of the Awakened was really overpowered at first. That's basically a decoy. It just makes you more invulnerable. Human decoy, yeah. A decoy that stands right on you. Or send your friend out there. Chain scales too well with others, I think. Does it apply to other people? I don't think it does. I thought it only made you get intangible. Only applies to the user? Okay. If you take aggro with chains and keep cycling. I see, yeah. Isn't the mana requirement pretty expensive for it though? It's balancing abilities is pretty tough. Because you make them too weak and it's like no one's ever gonna use it, but you make it a little bit too strong and it's like it becomes spammable. It's gonna take a while for me to figure that stuff out, I think. What's SFX? Draw item tip widget, build item tip widget. Item title widget. You are down? Is it? I saw one mirror was down. I tried to update like yesterday or something. Best niche use of a spell that no one uses is the monk spell on Alavarg. I can see that being pretty good. It's balanced unless people start using min-max setups, then you just clear every dungeon without dodging. Yeah. So it's hard because like I can't allow that stuff. Or I mean I can allow it to some degree, but I can't really like it ruins the game a bit, I guess. Or it trivializes things. So you can't make it trivialize things, but it's also got to do something. I could see that. Like I'm fine with people bringing a spell to trivialize one hard phase. Is the Unbinding book gonna get a rework? It seems kind of useless. Yeah, I mean it's maybe I'll make it more like of a permanent purge, so it purges like burning and stuff too. That would give it some more value. But it's all connected because it's like you make it, if you don't, I don't have enough monsters that do bind, so it makes it useless. But if I had a dungeon that was really bind heavy, then it would become more valuable. It's like things are valued relative to like other things in the game. But yeah, I get there. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be reworked, I guess, to answer your question. But what I might do here is I might, instead of I might change this in general. So if you go below, you integer scale down to 0. If you are that, then you'll just do a partial scale. To be honest, for me, mid game's kind of bland because I've been playing new player runs for a while, and this is the most dragging. What do you consider mid game? Like, where does it stop being fun? The desert? Okay. That's good to hear. Because, like, what I'm doing right now is going through the start of the game and working towards the late game. And I've only reworked up to the 2 skull biomes. So those are all reworked now. So they're a little bit better. They're not exactly what I want, but they've improved a lot. And there's more dungeons in them and more content. I haven't done the desert yet. I haven't done the mountains yet. I haven't done the tier 5 biomes yet. But those will all get reworked. So hopefully that stuff will get improved. By the time you get to Greg, the game is just a grind until you get to tier 5. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the late game stuff, or past tier 2, there's like the gameplay is just not there. So that stuff will have to be improved for sure. But I've really been focused on the like early-ish game stuff recently, but I'm kind of transitioning more into the late game. Remember when correct dungeons were tier 2 dungeons? It's been a while. A lot of dungeons moved around. Like Slime Pit used to be in the mountains. Now it's in like Gumbo Forest, I think. Boom, boom, boom. Here's how this will look. Wait, why did I do that? Ancient ruins were tier 3. It's a bit better. I'm just gonna hard scale it though. Hold on. Fit scale, does this do integer? Also, since I play mage, I think there needs to be a wand in between Elven Wand and Succubus. I get the Bubble Wand, Elven Wand, then max the stats. I need to go straight to Succubus. Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of item categories, there needs to be more of them along the way that people can find. I've been trying to do that more, like having like special biome drop tables, but those really aren't filled out very much yet. So maybe a monk staff that scales well with the power. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of old content, which is like me trying something. That's why there's so much like disparate things that aren't really connected. So as I go back through everything, I'm trying to like connect things better. So I wanted the original tier 4 wand, but now it got moved. Oh, what happened? It's not building. Yeah, like a lot of that stuff's really like out of date. So wand rework is actually on my list too. Right here. Holy. Fit scale R2. Oh, I'm doing a ceiling here. Oh, the tool line for the pet yard, yeah. I'm trying to get it to scale inside the box. This mage skill tree are kind of wonky. For example, curse deal with poison is kind of random since you don't use swords. There we go, that's a little bit better. I should not really know what to do with this. Maybe I should make just a custom icon. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these, it's like, the skill tree is like, was a very much first draft. I think some of it's kind of cool. This one's not super good yet. I think this could be better if it was closer in. If it was closer in, and if I need to also split up status effects so they affect players and monsters differently. But I think if this was closer in, then you could maybe make a build where you like get a few of these, but you also get like a little poison boost as well. But poison also needs to do more damage to monsters, if that makes sense. Right? So maybe we can make like an attack speed build with some poison chance, and then poison would do more damage. So it could, I don't know, it could scale up. It's one of those weird things where, yeah, a lot of stuff needs rework, I guess. Technically it fits. I'm curious if this messed up collection log stuff. want to pick up something large. The problem with this one is it blends in a little bit too well. Um, Let me restart this. I want to go look at how the really big one looks. Thank you, Iron Hokage, for the follow. Appreciate it, man. Welcome. Be cool. Oh yeah, poison. I wanted to do true damage or percentage of current health damage. Yeah, that's a good one. I might have written this down. Percentage of remaining health. I feel like that's cool. Is the game available? Yeah, it's you can play it at mythfall.com. There should be a link in the description somewhere. Some of the stuff you see here though isn't available. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, I guess. Let's see what the crafting looks like. That looks so goofy, but okay. Don't I have a recipe for this? Do 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 do. Need to add recipes for the pet yard and the bookshelf. I think this is pretty good. This I'm gonna leave. That's good, I think. So we should do the warning message. We need to do the recipes. Let's add the recipes really quickly. Recipe. Also, I think there should be an easier way to get coins. I've been selling coins. It's very weird that 2K coins depends on how much slots it takes to get the succubus one. That 2K coins, depending on how many slots it takes up, gets you a succubus wand. $2K coins depending on how many slots it takes up. In player economy. I guess I don't fully understand, but yeah, there definitely needs to be a better translation of turning items into coins. Because it's a little bit silly to have to like run around and manually sell things. Like there needs to be a games are always like circles of like you get items. Then the problem is now there's too many items in the game. So now there needs to be a way to like burn items. So you can trade items with other players for things. But then also you can turn items into coins, and the coins need to be redeemable for stuff. Right now there's not a lot of because less slots it takes, the less trips to dungeon shops to get more. The less slots it takes, the less trips to dungeon shops. Oh, because you take your items to dungeon shops? I see, yeah. Yeah, I guess it's definitely not ideal. Like 2 stacks of ore you get to sell to get gold. I see. So you basically stack up all your items you want to sell and you carry them around with you in the game world until you find a dungeon shop and then you sell them all. Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly the game loop that I wanted. I understand why people do that now. I think originally how it was intended was there was no backpacks, there was no item stacking, so it was all like, oh, you found this item you didn't want, you could just run it to the dungeon shop and sell it for a little bit of gold. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the economy needs to be definitely completed. The loop needs to be finished, I guess. It'd be really useful if we could trade with coins in the trading menu. Oh, you just mean like sell it. You just mean trading gold for items. One idea I did have is making gold a stackable thing. Like gold coins would just be a regular item rather than something that sits up in the top right hand corner. So I might do that. I'm not sure. Because then it's just like a regular item. It's not like this. It's not like a premium. Not premium. That's the wrong word. Like honor makes sense because it goes into the myth board. But it might make sense for gold just to be a thing. I could get a higher price for my items. I see, rather than selling at the dungeon shop. So gold would give you more of a player economy, you're saying? That's true. Because the shop prices are really bad. So I get it. I'm gonna do 4 driftwood for a bookshelf. Or driftwood, 2 string, 1 iron bar. Or what's it called, thread? What do they call fiber? I'll do for the small pet yard, I'll do 4 driftwood and then 8 fiber. Maybe we'll do 2 iron bars. It's kind of a premium storage. And we'll do large, it's gonna be 4 small. Pet. Oh. Block type pet yard small. Make a large, need a graph shard. You're evil. I think there should either be a buff to swords, daggers, and throwables, or new gear, because there isn't any really good dex armor and stuff for throwables. It's just really bow gear. And they've also, oh, they're also all just bonus projectiles and not really dexterity. Yeah, there's definitely there's a lot of possible builds that we can do, but we don't have the gear yet for them. Keep the large from the brokies. I'm just gonna make it 4. Because the smalls are already kind of expensive. Might do 1. I'm gonna make this 6. I'm not sure what else I'd make it cost. I guess we can go look at our resource list. Oh, I wanted to do fences. I wanted to make this cost fences. How much does a fence cost? Where's the fence recipe? Is there no fence recipe? There might not be one, so we'll add one, I guess. No, I'm like 99% sure I've seen one. 4 fences, 4 fiber, 1 iron bar. And then small, we'll just do this plus 8 fences. I don't know. I'll do 4 fences. That's so surprising to me. I don't know. Like, it really looks like I don't have a recipe for it, but I'm pretty sure I do. The bow's kind of a huge progression skip. A gold bow with a bit of dexterity gear has the same DPS as like a late game wand setup. So it's kind of overpowered if you need damage. Oh, are you saying bows are overpowered? Or underpowered? I guess I'm confused. Or you're saying there's not enough cool dexterity based builds? Yeah, I do have a fence. That's surprising I don't see it anywhere. Well, yeah, I'm just trying to understand. Oh, you're saying there's bow gear. There's gear for bows, but there's not gear for other dexterity scaling items. And then bows are overpowered. I see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think the reason that is because originally there was only bows, and then I kind of forked them out. But the other groups are kind of smaller, or they were smaller, so I didn't add any items for them. I need to add this recipe too. Man, it's weird I don't have Oh, it's because I do this. There we go. Fence wood. Perfect. Did I do the bookshelf? Or has to be chest bookshelf. Oh, just bookshelf. Small. So DPS wise, bows are pretty powerful. However, they're extremely squishy. Yeah. Yeah, and that's like part of the build, I think, is like a little bit glass cannon if you're really focused on damage. Yeah, these are always good feedbacks. It's always helpful to know what people think is too strong, what people think is not strong enough. There's a few that I know, but I haven't really gotten to yet because I do want to go in order of the game. And right now I'm kind of just at the mid game, or I'm like about to enter the mid game, I guess, for the redoing the Oasis Sands. That won't be this patch. It won't be 1.18 or 0.18. It'll be 0.19 probably. Oasis Sands redo. So it's on its way, but I think wand builds are very fair right now relative to low damage, but good range, consistent damage, great defensive stats. Yeah, I'm probably gonna change wands. This is what I was thinking. I was gonna try to separate wands and staves. I was gonna make all wands seek towards mobs and have them shoot fast. So they're kind of like rapid fire, but they do less damage and they seek towards the hit point. And then I was gonna make stabs which don't heat seek, but they do more damage. And they probably shoot slower. It's a bit weird to me that wand staves feel more defensive than like melee builds. Wait, yeah, what gives you the defense for the wand builds? I'm curious. Is there armors or is it skills like defensive conversion maybe? That's vitality. I have one that's like mana shield. Or just because you get on here? Magic armor. Maybe, is that why? Man, this looks so bad. I'm gonna pad this in, I think. Both seem like the only viable build in the early game for me. Less than T2, T3 wands and staves are bad DPS in comparison to the greatsword, suffers from negative speed. Magic armor barely does anything. Oh, really? Magic armor, and the fact that there isn't many willpower armors. Oh, I see. So people don't scale up, so they just wear regular armor. This doesn't look very good. And also you can spam abilities because you have consistent mana and health, steel. Oh, I see. I gotcha. Yeah, really what I need to do is I need to play the game more. Once I have like all of the biomes reworked, I need to play the game, run through a bunch of times, and see how the balance feels, and play different builds and stuff like that. But this feedback does help, so I appreciate it. But it's been a long time since I played. I wanted to play mage since I died the recall bug ages ago and decided to go full tank melee. Still not entirely sure what I died to back then. Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't know if I investigated that one. This one looks okay. This one looks terrible though. I might just do a custom icon. For me, I always go mage because of good defensive stats and AoE. You had sticky recall to try and fix it. Oh, you were holding R, but it wasn't recalling you. The Elven Wand progression skip. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry, buddy. I do my best. I hope you know that. Boom, 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 boom. I just can't. I can't deal with this right now. All right. He said the server saw my recal for a single for. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that one now. I was completely forgot about cannon the rifle that scale with will. It might even be more forgettable than throwables. Yeah. It'll take some time. But yeah, I think some of the cannons are very good. But also keep in mind, there's a lot of things that aren't going to be good late game just because there's not much filled out in the late game, but are maybe more viable for like a new player where like they would, as they're playing through, they find some weapon that's like a little bit better than what they used to have because they don't have anything on their myth board. They don't have any of the scaling from the skill tree. So they're kind of just getting little bumps here and there. Apparently frag cannon is the best weapon in the game. But only if you can align yourself with the cursor properly. I don't really know how to do this. I mean, I know how to do it. I just don't know how I want to do it. I'm just gonna throw it in here. I think it's a lot of builds with armor that has with X, so you can use later game armor with it. And late game armor is mostly defensive, doesn't help with specific setups, so it's kind of wonky. Like I see a lot of early game items in the late game, would be cool for more specialized gear. Yeah, I could see that. 600 DPS. Gosh. Hold on. I want to do this, I think. This isn't gonna work, is it? Oops. The heck? That was weird. What is going on? Also, sometimes the vault just randomly doesn't work for me. I have to go to the other teller until it does. Yeah, I'm not sure why that is. I haven't had that ever happen to me before. True, in-game only uses 2 early items, but out of the 7, you need at least... Oh. Early game items, these are a Stone Cloak and the Elder Tree book. I don't even know how to make this smaller, though. Trunks, you're killing me, dude. Keep rolling on my keyboard. Small, large, that's good enough, I think. What are you working on at sprite at the moment? I'm doing different icons for these pet yards. The pet yards are really big sprites though. And so I'm making custom icons for them. I don't know if I want to do this though. I'll just have it hang off. I want to do one other experiment. I always die when I hit in-game with my PPEs. The last one was all in-game. Suckwand, Cult Mask, just need a Dwarven Mail and Mage Boots. But I still always use Stone Cloak, Stone Boat, Stone Book, Elderwood, and Book of Flame because of low mana cost. The Elven Wand still out DPS's Suckwand when I'm hitting all the shots. Elven Wand, is that a new one I added? Wait, did I add Elven Wand? Wand builds, I think Succubus needs a buff because the Beaming Wand and Elven Wand almost match the DPS. Stronghold Bubble Wand. I must have just added that. Oh, that's probably one of the special. That's okay. Yeah. That's one of the special ones. Do. Ow, dude. I keep sticking his claws into me. I'm just gonna do this one. We'll see how it looks. All right, let me go to, can I even set this? I must have a way. Yeah, because I have an item config. That's the prefab. This is the I only use this for, no, I use it for a lot of stuff. Yeah, okay, good. Let's see here. Icon, house, pet yard, small. Oh, let's try that. We'll see how those look. And if they look bad, then I'll fix it. Let's just look at the recipes, or we'll look at the collection log. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, where's wands? Elven wand, yeah. Oops, I got scrolled. I remember this now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do wands, make them separate from stabs. Also add the elven knife, which I think looks pretty cool. This one's kind of a dexterity bonus. Defense plus dexterity. Stabs are kind of weak. Yeah, what I'm going to do is, I think I mentioned it, but I'm going to do fast attacking for wands. Then I'm going to make stabs slower, more damage. Is succubus going to become a staff or stay a wand? It'll probably stay a wand. But I'm not sure. Trunks, what's wrong, buddy? We poke through these. We added new icons. We added new recipes for those. We checked them. Remove that. That's just a comment. Yeah, okay. Added new icons for pet yard. Housing blocks. Did I make upgrade? Yeah, I did. All right, let me give these cats some food so they stop bothering me. I'll be right back. Why is that being hovered? Also, I think there should be a high risk reward weapon for all classes. High damage, but it's risky to use, like a shotgun. The crown kind of fits, but it's it's unviable in things like a bow classes. Yeah, those are also something that I enjoyed having, but I guess it's not that big of a deal. But sometimes they trivialize a lot of stuff because people get so good at a piece of content, it's like they just wipe through it. Why would this hover that? Yeah, I definitely want to add more build variety. Why is that being hovered? It's in housing. Found existing collider. Okay, this shouldn't be the bug. Or hold on, we'll do this. All right, screw that. I'll just do this. Check bounds. This must be wrong. If it's less than 0 or greater than or equal to house chunk size. I think the problem is I'm giving it a negative value, which is wrapping it around to a positive value. I think right now the game's a good mix of skill and grinding, but I think the in-game dungeons could be toned down a bit so that it's more skill dependent instead of gear. For example, I think if you're good enough, you should be able to do volcanic without max speed and stuff. So the reward is skill, but keeps it decently easy if you're very geared. So people who aren't the best at dodging. Yeah, I do agree with that. I'm torn though, because I want there to be like, here's how I think about it. There's let me get my Excalibur out. Oh, hold on. I think about it like this. You have people who are really good. Here's like the skill line. And as like you get to end game, thing gets harder, stuff gets harder. And this is like player skill. Maybe this is, I don't really know what I'm trying to draw here. But you've got people who are like this good. So then every content's easy. So then they can jump right into like late game stuff, I guess. But for someone who's this good, let's say they can do like this content, they need to be able to like grind to like lower this curve. Maybe it's not, this might not be a straight line. Obviously it might be like more like a curve or something. There's like difficulty. But like they need a way to shift this curve this way, or sorry, they need a way to shift this curve. I don't know. I don't know these axes anymore. I'm kind of lost on this analogy. But they need a way to make it so they can do easier. They need to shift the curve this way. So they need to make the curve like this, for example, by grinding. So then now they can do this content, which is this content, by gearing up more, if that makes sense, you know? So I need a way for people to grind up to doing harder content, but then some people can just jump into late game content. But I get what you're saying though, where like some of the end game stuff is just way too hard. But I also don't want to have, like I want for people that are like this good, they can already do all the end game content. Like I want them to have like stuff that they can do that's kind of fun as well, you know? It's tough. It's a tough balance because there's a lot of people with different skill levels. So it's hard to give them exactly like what they need, you know? Oh, thank you, Zed, for the raid, buddy. Appreciate it. Welcome, everyone. Hope you had a good stream. Game is going. Recently I added these little pet yard things, which is like little store. I added storage chests as well. But you can like move people around and they just kind of like hop around, and so it's kind of like part of the housing building system. So yeah, it's been getting better. It's coming along. Thank you. But I have a weird bug right now though, where like if I come down here, I think it's like a uint is wrapping around and it's overlapping this area. Yeah, this is a custom engine in Go. pretty much, I'm trying to think of what wasn't. I didn't write WebRTC. I used like the Go Peon WebRTC, and then I wrote my own ECS, and then rendering stuff on top of OpenGL and GLFW, and WebGL too. But that's pretty similar to OpenGL. But yeah, it's come a long way. I mean, it's a little bullet hell, you know. So you run around and fight stuff. But I've been working through and like rebuilding the biomes to like make more biomes and more content and stuff like that. I'm like halfway done. I've done the bottom half of the map, but I need to redo the top half of the map now. Thank you, Senior Kai, for the follow. Appreciate it, man. But yeah, it's come a long way. There's some old art. This is from an asset pack. I need to redraw some of this stuff, but yeah, little boss fights and stuff like that. This was a newish one that I added maybe a couple pastures ago. The Mothlet. You know that Pokemon, there's a Pokemon that looks like this. That was my inspiration. Tanglia or something. What is it? Tanglia? Yeah, this guy. Tangela. That was my motive. That was my inspire. Pokemon are just a good obviously he's more like furry, but you know, what can you do? But yeah, it's coming along. All right, let's fix this bug. I think it's a UNA wrapping around, because when I go, there's an anchor down here and I think it goes negative, wraps around and thinks it's up there. That's my suspicion. How's anchor position default? Okay, we take a tile position, we subtract that. Are there any plans on guild or clan system? Yeah, I definitely want to add social features. It's not the top of my list right now, but I know people want stuff like that. I want to add it as like a system in the game though, you know? But what I might do is I might do like a combined housing system where everybody's able to edit the same thing, but it'll be like a guild hall. So you like enter your guild or whatever, and you can place like shared blocks together. That's kind of like the general idea. Obviously this is like very high level planning stuff. So, but I think I can reuse most of this code in it. So I don't know. Is it just if I go here, does it work? Yeah, it still happens. Okay. Okay, so we take the tile position that we are hovering, I think. Yeah, so we're converting the cursor position to the world tile position, and then we try to find the position it is based off of the housing anchor point. Okay. So we subtract that, which gets us the position relative. Sorry, this is not that. Anchor tile pause. Yeah, that's the closest housing anchor. Okay, I see now. So we find the index. So if you're negative though, then you're gonna get a negative chunk index. Yeah, wouldn't this be negative? I wonder if I do a UN8 cast here. This IVEC2, what is that? Int. Yeah, I mean this, okay. But that doesn't actually look anything up, does it? No. Wait, yeah, this shouldn't find anything then. So then you get a block location, which is 0, or which would be all zeros, and then false. Unless this is... That's an int as well. Or maybe it finds it as 0, 0. But then this cast is what wraps it around. I think regardless though, I'm pretty sure this is giving me a negative y. Wonder if I go here. Doesn't really do it on that side. I guess because there's technically a theoretical block here, but on this there's not. I wonder if I, let's do this test. I'm gonna go ahead and check for if it's a negative value here. If X or Y is. If offset index dot X is less than 0 or dot Y is less than 0. We'll just call that an invalid. Oh, I know why. Because the anchor isn't... Okay, that's why the X one didn't work. I see. Yeah, I think it's just wrapping around though. Bum, 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 bum. Comes our cat visitor. What you doing, bud? All right, hopefully that fixes that. And we just need to do a warning message for when people put the wrong items into different chests. HUD warning. I have this HUD warning system that pops up. I think it's just an event queue that I write to. HUD warning. Okay, yeah. Yes, I could just trigger this event whenever I want to. I'll probably do that as a part of the like slot checking system. Let's go to this. This will be a generic concept that we want to do. Like for example, this slot type only allows books based off the slot config. The thing I'm a little bit wary of though is I think I need to pass the whole world in now to trigger this event. But we'll see. It's it's technically only a client-side warning. Like on the server doesn't care because it's gonna fail. I really just want to emit it from the client side. So I might just do a global, because on the server you might have multiple worlds, but on the client there's only ever one. Okay, cool, that fixed the bug though. The negative check is what we had wrong. Oops. All right, we'll do this. Fix or add. I'll just do fix bug with uint 8 wraparound. Yeah, slot config's a very common setting. Full take. Technically it would be a take, we don't have to do a check, but we do have to do a check. Blocking stack not accepted. That's because it's too much. Add item stack. Adds 2 stacks and returns the primary stack, a leftover stack. There must be some slot check that I do. Oh, I do it here, check put. Thank you, Va3 Eek, for the follow. Appreciate it, man. Welcome. I don't know what to put it in here though. Where do I use this? Do I only use this in 2 spots? Check slot put and then check stack limit. Returns the maximum stack size we can use for this item in this slot. Check slot put. Oh, this isn't even used. Okay. Hold on, I just have to uncover what I wrote a while ago. Check stack limit. If it's full. Blocking stack not accepted. Yeah, so this is technically where the error is happening. So this is where we would want to omit it. I do like a dev printout here, and I can toggle. This is like a toggleable log statement. What I might do here is like emit odd warning event. It just feels awkward. Like you're in this tiny little subsystem, and for me to emit an event, I need to pass in like a lot of context about like what the game is, what game is going on. What I probably should do is instead of returning a bool for failure, I would return an error. Let's just walk back up this tree and see if there's a good spot to hook into that. I just do my item movement as like a transactional way because it's really hard to undo things. So I kind of wanted to make it simple. So if any transaction fails, I just like undo all of it. Put stack. So then this would return an error. Yeah, I mean, this is technically how you should probably do it. I don't know why I tend to use booleans instead of errors. Yeah, I mean, I could do this for all of these. And then at least I have an error of what happened internally. Dun, dun. It's either I think it's either 2 solutions. I return errors or I return errors and then use those to emit whatever I want. Or I do a global. The global is definitely not the right solution. All right, let's just see all the places we use this. I mean, we use it a lot here, but these are all just like if it fails, return. Yeah, and here we could have an actual error, which is kind of nice. Dev halt. What is this? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I think that this is the right solution. It's a little bit of a change though. Not a terrible one, but let's do it. Because I have a fresh commit. So if anything goes wrong or there's something we didn't think through, we can always undo all this. So we'll return an error from here, which means probably in here we'll return an error as well. No error there. Return false. I wish I put a comment here so I could know what this situation is. Let's see. I'm gonna have to meticulously go back through this commit because I have to be really careful with anything that moves items around so there's no item dupe glitches. Anything that's true though, I can return a nil. Hold on, let me just double check this one was not. True became nil, false became this, true became nil, true became nil, true became nil, okay. All right, if slot type is an output, so it only can be used for, like this is the case when the slot can only be taken from, like for example, if you have like a furnace or something that converts ore into bar, you can't put stuff into the output slot of that processing block. I should really do a, like I should put these errors at the top. I'll do error slot I'll just say blocked. I don't know. Slot is blocked. I just don't really, whatever. I mean, we can always reword this stuff. Is it not const? I guess these are vars. I thought errors were strings, so you could make them constant. Yeah, so then this next one is kind of the main one we're looking for actually in this change. Error. So this one's basically if the slot doesn't support the equipment type that we want to put in. Get item. Oh no, sorry. I'll just say like error unknown item. Yeah, this is kind of a weird orientation. Technically it's this. Like if it's in the allowed equipment list, then we return nil because it's supported. Otherwise, it doesn't support the equipment. And then this one's like a unknown. This will be like an unknown error. I mean, technically there's nothing preventing it. Like how I originally coded it was this fall through would fall into this. I'll just do an unknown error. Doesn't really matter what the text says that much, but it's nice for it to be a little bit wordy, I guess. Okay, now I have to go through all the check puts. I might just So we'll return error not equal to nil. Actually, it's error equals nil. I'm gonna do this actually. I'm just gonna say success is if error not equal to nil, return success. All right, where else did we do this? Here, this now returns an error. If error not equal to nil, then we'll return the error there. And that's all the places we used this one, I guess. Where do I use check slot, but I don't use it, okay. I might just comment this out. I'm gonna put it back to how it was, and I'm just gonna say this. Nah, I'll rewrite it. Whatever, that's fine. I don't use it, so it's okay. All right, then we have our get stack limit. Okay, so if there's an error, we'll return the error. Get item, we couldn't get the item, so it's a unknown item. These errors should never happen. If we can't stack everything and the item can't be stacked, then return a stack size of 1. This would be a true, so this is a nil. Oops. This is like a success case. Another success case. Another success case. Okay, now where does this get used? How do I use this? I think the logic I had here to ignore that was this always returns 0 if it fails. But now that I'm returning errors, I don't know if I want to guarantee that. So if I do this, it's just weird to say it's true. I don't know, it's like, if I can't find the stack limit of a slot, then is it just full? I'll think about that one. Okay, now you ever get stack limit, which returns an error. This is, hold on, this is not okay. So if error not equal to nil. Then this would have to return error. Hold on, let me just double check that this was false. Yeah, okay. This needs to return an error. This is a true case, so it's a nil error. True case, so it's a nil error. False case, so it needs to return an error. This is a true, so it's a nil error. All right, let's go patch these ones. this is a different package, isn't it? But I think it depends on DB. Yeah. Okay, let's figure out what this is doing. If the slot is empty, we can deposit it all. If slot is empty, or if the items match. Oh, then we want to combine the 2 stacks. Yeah, so we get 1 stack with most of the items, and we have a leftover stack if there is a leftover stack. When would I fail to join item stacks though? Oh, if it's greater than the limit. Okay. I'm trying to think of how this is possible, but these are ants, right? Yeah. Let's make a new error. This will be error this is like the slot is overfilled. So we'll return that. db.error slot overfilled. These are success, success. Yeah, so then if we can't combine the stacks, then we try to like swap the 2 stacks because they're different. So we need an error here. Replacement stack is too large. This will be the same error. Error slot overfilled. Okay. I have to go through all of these. I like how we're just like starting at the bottom of this call tree and having to work our way back up to replace a Boolean with an error. Do, 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 do. Let's just see where this goes. Put stack. All right, hold on. Let's do this one at a time. All right, put stack. Return an error. All the trues can return nil. This will be an error. I just want to make sure I don't do this wrong. If not okay, that means there is an error. Then we return the error. Let's go to slot. We'll do invalid slot. This is basically like a bounds check to make sure that the index we're placing it in is an actual slot. Okay. Next. Error, if error not equal to nil, continue. I don't know why my keyboard's doing this recently. Like I hit a button and then it puts like several. Okay, false is equivalent to an error being present. Okay, yeah. So not okay is not equal to no. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. This is an error. And then we do if. We'll add that to our printout. This is on the server, I'm pretty sure, yeah. It was nice to see like what the error was. And this is just for testing. We expect success, test expect success. So I'm just gonna do error is nil. That's the equivalent of an okay. Okay. Is that all of them? Put stack. This returns an, oh yeah, that one returns an error now. This was the latest one we did. Let's find all of these. I'm worried I'm gonna like shadow an okay, and then I'm gonna use the okay later, but it's not gonna be, but whatever, I think I'm fine. Not okay is the same thing as not equal to nil. Okay. All right, that's that one. Then we've got this one. This one doesn't even return anything. What is this? Attempts to deposit all items in source inventory from destination inventory. Oh, all items in source inventory into destination inventory. Returns false if something fails, else returns true. This function is all or nothing. Oh, I see what it is. It's like I try to put it. If I can't put it, then I put it back. And I guess I feel very safe to put it back because I took it. Let's go ahead and add a printout here though, I guess. I'm gonna do 2 checks. Failed to put, what's it called? Failed to put, see, did it again, all of those. I'm gonna make this the message. Failed to put deposit all stacked back into original slot. Ah. So if it's not empty, we don't really know the error. There's not really an error, I guess. we'll just say putting deposit all stack back into original slot resulted in leftovers. Oops. Cool. Or does this print out anyways? I think when I panic, like in normal mode, it just prints this out as a dev panic. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that then. Though, I'm gonna leave this, I'm gonna do this way for this one, but this one I'm gonna have both. Okay. I like that. Look at us improving code. All right. Calculate first available placement. This is just on the client, yeah. So it's like when you do a quick placement, you press a button to like quick deposit something. It tries to find the first slot you can put it in. So if there is some failure, we just return 1. I'm tempted though on if I want to do a calculate available placement. One click collect. So if you click on something, oh, you want to try to put it into your inventory. So you're trying to calculate how many we can put. So if we fail to take the entire stack, then we just do 1 instead, which is pretty reasonable. Yeah, and then we calculate max. We never write these back though, so. But I think this would only put 1. Yeah, because then this should do leftover. Yeah, so this should never happen, but I'm gonna do a dev panic. I wish I had a way to do a dev panic with a error. I guess I could do like a join or something. That's a thing, right? Errors.join. Join returns an error that wraps the given errors. Any nil errors are discarded. The error formats concatenate the same string obtained by calling. Oh, it would be like a format error F, I think, is what you're supposed to do. %W. We'll do that. Okay, let's see if this compiles. Oh, now we've broken an interface. We need to fix that. Item store. I think it's just this one. Because this returns an error now instead of a Boolean. I feel like we definitely still missed something. Yeah, here. Oh, look, this one actually returns an error as well. So now we can actually link these together, which is kind of nice. I think I want to do, I think I want to join these. I don't know which direction to join them though. I wonder if it has any guidance there. Join returns nil if every error is nil. The error format's as a concatenation of the strings obtained by calling the error of each element in the new lines. I guess that's fine. It's like failed to take an item in the destination stack and then the underlying error. Looks like it's building. Now I just need to do a little bit better error checking on the client. Or like the client before he sends something to the server to execute should try to do it on their own, I think. And if it fails for some reason, and I should pop up the error. I have the client, I know I have the client predicting doing stuff. So when I do like an item swap, I'll predict it on the client. But if it fails there, I think I still send it to the server. Like I don't think that I don't know. Which is maybe not a good thing. I'll also need to rerun my unit tests for all the item transaction stuff. What else? Yeah, I mean, once we pipe these errors together a little bit better, it'll be really easy to just call those systems or call those transactions and then do a little pop-up if it fails. Let's see. Sorry, my hot reloader always messes up my UI. It's my boots. My boots of blinding speed. Pet yard works. That does not work. I wonder if I have any printouts. Oh, cool. Look, now I have our error. Failed to put taken stack at destination index. Slot does not support equipment. It really should be equipment type. Equipment. Where is it? Cool. Nice. Or at least our error is piping out. I'm not 100% sure the joined thing works though. What's up, Chris? How's it going? Yeah, this is what I wanted to look at. Is examines the tree of its first argument looking for an error that matches the second. It reports whether it finds a match. As Reports whether an error. Yeah, reports whether any error in error's tree matches a target. The tree consists of the error itself, all by errors obtained by repeatedly calling its unwrap error. So does join. Returns an error that wraps the given errors. Any nil values are discarded. The error formats as a concatenation of strings by calling error and a new line between each string. Oh, that's how they do it. They split on the new lines and then they probably. That seems super like a super weak guarantee because if my error had a new line in it, that'd be pretty bad. I only say this because I care. We need a new website for Mythfall, and I'm a web dev. The responsiveness is borked. What's up, Jen? How's it going? Golang errors are kind of weak, though. What's wrong with Mythfall? What's patches? Is it that bad? Oh, this is Google Forms. Custom cursor is bad? There's no custom cursor, is there? Mine's not custom. On this website? Patch notes? What's wrong with Mythfall? I don't see a unit sword in my bank. Yeah, I don't think you're ever gonna see one of them. Yeah, but that's a game. None of this is like web dev stuff. This is just all rendered OpenGL. Also, we have to have custom. You have to have a custom cursor because it's a little targeting reticle. Yeah, huh? Roger maybe gets one. Jen, not a chance. Bum, bum, bum. I thought it was a marketing site. Wait, what do you mean? This is like you click the game you can play. Dun, 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 dun. Also, how about this freaking shader magic I did here? How good does that look? That background is sick. I know, but people want to see what it's about before they dive in, right? Oh, like a landing page. I'll do unpaid code work for unit sword. Hey, a few more of those compliments, you'll get raised up on my list of people who get the sword. How about that? Yeah, I'm pretty happy how the background turned out. I had to watch so many GLSL shader YouTube videos to learn how to do that stuff. And even then, it's still really like, I really don't understand it that much. Like, it's just very abstract. Shaders are kind of easy once you understand it. Yeah, I think I just still don't really understand it that well. Like, there's just so many vector spaces, it's really hard to keep straight. All right, we need to check this error now on the client and then emit a thing. Little guy for you. All right, let's have a look. Oh, that's cool. What is it? What is it, CSS? There's some JavaScript looks like. Pupils. Mouse move. I like the blinking. The blinking looks good. Ghost powered by a whopping 9.9 megabytes. It looks good though. Yeah, it's pretty. I added blinking to Mythfall for the little characters, like their eyes like flash, and it turned out. I think it looked really good. It adds a lot of like character to them. Really bad, but it's this season. Trixie or treat? Tricks or treat? Ooh. Oh, that physics, man. Give me my Snickers. Resi? Did you model all these? Cat? Oh, there's veggies. Are you supposed to ignore the veggies? Give me that book. Crunch. Sneakers. They keep flying out. That was a big one. That's gonna be worth a lot of points. What are apples' negative point? I keep going down. But I like apples. Holy cow. 2,840? Nobody beats that. Why are books negative? Ignore apples and floss in books. Take my money. Yeah, when is this hitting Steam? Because I might buy it. Yeah, dude, imagine showing up at a house and they give you a book for Halloween. How sick would that be? Free book? Free books? That's way better than the king size Snickers. Okay, we have to finish this feature. My kid got Chinese propaganda books. Are you serious? That's hilarious. Steam? Increased social credit. I'll give them my game when they give me Half-Life 3. Seems like a fair trade. Okay, execute, swap, enter. This is like the main one. I'm torn. It was some Chinese holiday gift from CCP. Oh, nice. That's hilarious. Imagine getting propaganda for Halloween. That's wild. Oh. The storms are brewing outside. What is going on? Okay. What's this? That's on the server. And this is where I try to predict it on the client. So I have two options. I can either have these hook in, return an error if they fail, because I do kind of know an error. Or I pass the game here. I could just omit those errors here, couldn't I? Let's try that. All right, let's go to, what did I call it? It's called like HUD warning. That's probably on the client game though. But I have a way to hook it to the other one, I think. Client game, game world observer, new handler. Yeah, I need to pass this. Yeah, like I use it here. Cool. So I should be able to do this. Let's go back, go back, go back, go back. Okay, so if we fail to execute swap, we'll also trigger this HUD warning, and we'll just say like, no, you can't. All right. Hopefully that works. Oh. So this should flash on screen. I think I'm going to reroute this though, because now I've added that little like questing, here's what your next tasks are system. I might just do like an orange pop-up there for warnings. That just like show and fade for a little bit. Because this, the original one I did just like pops up on the top of the screen. But I think doesn't look as good. It pops up here. We'll see though. But I do want to unify those systems. I just can't decide if I want to do like, have the client do more specific checks before it does this. I feel like inventory code is such a mess every single time I've worked with it. Yeah, especially networked inventory code. It's awful. But I think I've got it down to a little bit of a science at this point. Obviously, Mythfall does have a few inventory. We'll call them hitches. This building, yes. A few inventory hitches. Always end up having to mentally juggle local item ID, DB ID, etc. Yeah, I just have one item ID. I do like flyweight on every single thing almost. Flyweight pattern. No, you can't. All right, let's see if this one gives me an error. Hold on, I have to reload this. So you can put a pet in, and it doesn't fail. I put this in. No, you can't. Let's let it fade out. Okay, let's have it actually print the ID now, or the error, I mean. It's just the message. I'm just gonna do error.string, I guess. Or no, I guess you cast it, don't you? Don't you? Is it an error, just a string? Oh, it's, there we go. This is obviously not exactly what I want. What I really need to do is I need to translate each specific error type that I have internally and convert it to like a human readable HUD warning. We'll see how this looks, and then we'll probably write a function that does that. Or it's db slot. Here's all of our errors. I guess I'll just do a switch. Or no, you have to do error.is, don't you? Currently assembling a nightstand like a real adult. Dang. Can't say I ever have. Blocking soulbound transfer. Failed to put taken stack at destination. Yeah, slot doesn't support equipment type. Cool. So this is like the main error, but this is the reason why it failed. It's kind of hard though. I might have to make a custom error type because I don't know if it's specific enough. Like what I want to have pop up is something like this slot only supports. Oh, thanks Roger for stopping by, buddy. Yeah, take care. I'll see you later. Like what I want to have it say is like this slot only supports pets or something like that. But instead I'm getting like this slot doesn't support that equipment type. Dun, 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 dun. Let's do a little test though. Like if we leave it like this, maybe I can do this. Like what I was thinking is making a custom error type that prints out exactly what I want the HUD warning to say. But I don't know if it's good to overload. I guess I just don't care. I feel like the best practice is to have like a all full lowercase thing, but I think I'm just gonna have a custom error type. I don't know, pointer? What does this return? Error string, it returns a pointer. Okay. Yeah, we'll do this. Error, oops. So we'll implement the error interface. But then why wouldn't I just form this? Like literally all I have to do is instead of passing this back, I would just return, or we'll do format.errorf, error f. Let's give this a shot. And this will be something like, see, it's hard though, because I don't want to say like this only supports this one thing. I'd rather it say something like, slot doesn't support %s equipment, little item config dot equip type. I think I have like string probably. Yeah, equip type string. So it'll be ability equipment. It's really, I need like a plural. But then I feel like there's another case where it's like slot only supports, slot can only hold. But I guess we can do that. We can just say, I'm trying to think of if I wanted to get, if the map only holds one item, if length of c.allowed equipment equals 1, allowed equipment. If the length of that is 1, then we want to do this. But to get t, I think I have to like loop. What a weird, I don't really know how to do this, honestly. It's like I'm looping through this map to get the first key so that I can break. I think this works though. It's just super weird to code it like this. See, like I'm gonna get a warning. It's like lowercase. Yeah, should not be capitalized, but I'm using it for that. So either I make a custom error type that's got some HUD warning thing. Maybe that's what I do. And maybe I can make it and implement the error interface and then also implement the HUD warning interface. And if it implements the HUD warning interface, then I'll just spit out a HUD warning. Like I can just type switch on it. Sorry about that, guys. I just inhaled so much water. It was bad. I gotta be more careful drinking. That was horrendous. Oh, gosh. That did me in. Holy moly. I've never inhaled that much water in my life. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a fish. Lesson learned. Holy crap. All right, let's see this one thing work. Where are you? Okay, at least it prints the, oh, we want to look at this one. Yeah, slot can only store pet. Oh, it shows the whole error. We need to cut out the, yeah. Okay, at least that works though. And the bookshelf should say slot can only store ability. Obviously this part needs to get cut out, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a single, I'm gonna make a special function, special interface for this. All right, I'm sorry guys. I'm gonna end stream there though. Yeah. I need to go puke out my lungs or something. I don't know. But thank you all for stopping by. Thank you everyone from Zed's stream for hanging out for so long. It was a good time. Sorry that I inhaled water though, but I can't even hardly breathe, so gotta go take care of this. But yeah, take care everyone. Have a good rest of your day, and I hope to see you next time.